because we need girls.
Okay, how's everybody coming along with your name tag?
I still need
for the Sharpie.
I still need
Okay, let's think of hobbies right now.
hobbies.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that so I can get silver and bronze
It's
again.
getting real artistic.
Notes, right?
Look what I drew today.
The little thing that goes.
Alright guys, try to finish this up in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
In the stem.
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
I did a volleyball run. Oh my god.
That's okay.
I play volleyball every day. I should know what a freaking volleyball looks like.
Alright, I think I
Is that
got
okay, Mr. Sawyer?
Absolutely. That's how I do it usually.
Cool.
We never have.
Alright, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Go, 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 go.
8,
Let's do
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done!
Alright, so let's go ahead and share real quick. And I will start. My name is first name Mr., last name Hoffman. And you can call me Mr. Hoffman. You can call me Mr. Hoffman. Alright, and then for my hobbies, I do a basketball in the back from Genesee. And when I was a senior in high school, we had a pretty good basketball team, and I was on it, and I really enjoyed basketball. So let's go ahead and start with you two in the back. Your names and your hobbies. But you gotta introduce your neighbor.
This is Christian, obviously.
Okay? What are his hobbies?
What are my hobbies?
Well, Pokemon, gaming,
That's pretty apparent.
and I guess somewhat YouTube.
Okay?
This is Steven.
Okay? So Christian and Steven.
He's a collector, YouTuber, gamer, pretty much
Got
that.
an eclectic taste, okay? Alright. How about you guys?
Chris, and his hobbies include YouTube
Okay?
and gaming.
We got a lot of gamers in here.
This is Matthew. His hobbies are watching Netflix and playing games.
Sounds pretty similar. You guys should hang out. Alright. How about you guys?
Okay.
Alright. I'm ready.
Okay, so this is Destiny Manili. She likes to draw. She likes to sleep. And she likes to watch Netflix.
Okay. Very good.
This is Courtney. She likes to play volleyball, eat pickles, and watch Netflix.
Pickles are good.
Very good.
Alright. So, what about you guys?
This is Ashley Swall.
Okay.
Her hobbies include piano because she's basically been playing piano her entire life, and music soothes her heart, makes her feel very nice about herself.
That's good. Me too.
You want us to stand up?
Doesn't matter.
So this is Brock Rogers,
Alright.
and his hobbies include longboarding, and he really enjoys watching Netflix, as well as listening to music. That's something that makes him have a deep emotional connection.
Nice.
And he really loves pizza.
Who
And
doesn't?
that's a great thing.
Actually, there was a girl in my high school who didn't like pizza.
Tori doesn't like pictures. She goes
Nobody likes Tori,
I
okay?
don't know what the deal is.
Gosh.
But anyway, I'm gonna set something up really quick for you guys. Yeah. All right. So, if you guys want to congregate over in this direction.
What's that mean?
Means move.
You use congregate.
Okay.
I'm confused.
It's chill.
How can you be chilly? It's pajama day.
Well, because I've had my pajamas on all day.
Set
And then I
like
took
those.
half of it off. So now it's chill.
I actually slept in
You
these.
set those three
Seriously, why would you sleep in there?
I didn't. I do
Why
sleep in
not?
it.
It's a Pikachu
It
onesie.
looks like there's clothespins.
There are.
It's dangerous to sleep in.
No, I don't
No,
sleep
the
with the
safety
clothespins
thing.
on. I sleep in my bed so nobody
It's just
That's pretty much what
The person that picture was wearing it like a diaper or something. Like, what? No! We're gonna win.
How do you know it's a game?
It's always a game.
Fair enough.
It doesn't matter if it's a game or not, we're still gonna win.
Yeah.
Trish and I always win.
Oh, yeah.
Like the one
Sounds
time
like
we
it's not
won
candy
in
in the
doing the job thing.
Alright, so I think I have to go adjust my camera because I'm not sure that this actually You got it? Okay, cool. Alright, so everybody wants to start on that side of the room. Does anybody know what this is?
No.
Magic hopscotch.
It's definitely a maze.
Oh.
Maybe it looks like a maze.
It looks
It's a
amazing.
maze. Okay, so where is that? Alright, so I'm gonna ask you guys some simple questions. If you took it to add, you might know the answers, but you guys can work together to answer them. So we're gonna go. I'm not sleep in this class. I didn't. Alright, so first question. What does SAE stand for? Is it supervised agricultural experience, supervised animal escapade, or a short analytical essay? Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
A.
Very good. Okay, so step up and you gotta choose where to go.
Like anywhere?
Well, you gotta start with the first three. Nope.
What?
That's not right. It's a maze.
You're so bad.
Eh.
It's the
Alright.
wrong side.
Okay,
Somebody write this down.
so, oh, I'm sorry. Here, you get a piece of candy for answering, right?
Then you're going first.
Well, I don't know.
Alright.
The
So then, next question, what are the components of the three-circle model of agricultural education? Is it teaching, learning, and doing, FFA, SAE, and classroom, or CDE, FFA, and lab? Yes. No. Alright. Matt.
B.
Very good. And that's right.
What?
Dang it.
Yeah, I knew that was
Okay,
right.
so you
Okay.
So what do we?
No, stay there.
Yeah, stay there.
No, it's the next person's turn. So everybody needs a chance to get candy. Alright, so can SAEs be required by the ag teacher? Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh.
Alright. No. Sorry, Destiny. Okay. Bad with names, I'll be honest. Yes. I was gonna say, if you get that wrong, we've got some
I would
problems.
cry.
I got it wrong, so.
Oh, sorry, that was a really bad toss. I threw it
I
right
got
to
it
you.
just really bad at catching.
No.
Well, I mean, there's only one more choice after you got it wrong, so I mean,
It's maybe.
Why?
okay, so
And then
yes, that's
now
right.
Pick the next one you think it is. You're trying to find a way out of the maze.
You gotta choose.
Pick one of these three that you think the maze goes through.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
Why don't you go walk on?
I could probably guess every single one of these correctly.
Okay.
I doubt that, but I mean.
Because I first
Alright,
guessed that
SAEs
one,
need
then
to be
that
documented, yes or no?
So.
How about somebody who hasn't answered
one.
yet?
Yes.
Alright,
Not
Chris?
Oh.
What is it? Yes. Alright. I got some nasty hard candy here, so there you go. There's some cherry. Hard candy. There you go.
Stand up and step on.
Yeah, you gotta go over there and step on.
Guess what I'm
You gotta remember what the order
This,
is.
this,
Wait, you
so,
have to
pick
start
your-
over.
so it went
Yeah.
from
There we
this
go.
to
There you
this
go.
That makes sense.
to this.
Nope.
Dang it. That was close.
Alright. Brock, this next question is for you.
Alright.
Okay. Who supervises the SAE? Your parents?
B.
The ag? Okay. Very good.
Oh, I know which one
Yep.
Oh. How do you even know?
This happens.
Yes.
Yeah, no one knows. You just, there's 3 chances. You get, like,
You have a 33%
Can
chance
SAEs
of
earn
getting
money?
Yes.
Yes, they
come
can.
on. That's not what I actually knew.
Alright.
So, it's gotta be.
Here you go.
No back.
Oh.
Brock? Okay.
Nice.
How are SAEs completed? At school, in lab, or on the own student's time? Destiny.
See?
Yes. Do you want more candy?
Yes.
It's
Is that a trick
some
question?
cherry Jolly Rancher stuff. No,
Hey,
it's not a trick question.
Choose your
Are
route.
you not picking on me because I got one wrong?
No, I will come back. You're next.
This
How about that?
That
Right
one.
here.
I can live with that.
And
No, you guys can't tell her.
We have to
this
tell
way.
them
Come
what
on,
grade.
This way. This way.
I have to tell them
then
Pat.
choose.
Yep. Okay.
I knew it was that.
All right, Steven, or Christian, sorry.
Who's Steve?
What can be a reward for a great SAE?
Hey, all the
Proficiency
above.
awards? Yes.
Get off
Okay,
me.
Christian, you didn't even freaking.
He said it was my turn.
Steven, get off me.
It was this one,
Yes.
this one,
Yeah.
this one,
Yep.
this one,
Yes.
this one.
No.
Dang it.
No, middle. I told you.
All right. Do you want to start an SAE?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, all of those are correct.
Same here.
Yep.
What about
I
Oh,
would have
it's middle.
definitely gotten that wrong.
Can I have a piece of candy even though I didn't do it?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
It's just
No.
some Jolly Rancher.
I had the first two right on
Okay.
there.
Hang on, something
Like I guess that one and that one.
All right. So go ahead and take a seat, guys.
I got one.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, so are you guys leaving one of your classes?
Paper.
Then
I like papers.
Papers.
No, sleep in geometry.
Why?
Because you have the corner.
You gonna wake up in that SAE again?
Something agriculture, something.
Supervised agricultural experience. I'm sure you will hear that a lot today. Alright, so I handed out some guided notes for you guys, and they're going to correspond with the slideshow. And just to let you guys know, there's going to be several pop quizzes throughout the slideshow, so take good notes. Okay? Do you have like a clicker? Or
Yes,
is it
it's a wireless mouse.
Is it this guy?
Nope.
Oh.
Behind the computer.
Oh.
No, no, not that computer, laptop.
It's right there on the blue.
There.
There's the mouse. Okay, great.
Ooh, I hate you.
Okay. So, actually, let's go back.
Obvious.
So today, for our learning objectives, we're going to identify the components of a supervised agricultural experience. We're also going to identify the different types of SAEs, and there's a lot. So it's good to know the importance and the difference between those. We're also going to identify characteristics of successful SAEs, because I was talking to Mr. Sawyer, and he wants to get to the point where every student in an ag class is required to have an SAE. And where I went to high school at Genesee, every student was required, and they were graded. It was a 200-point assignment, so you had to take it pretty seriously. And so we're just going to talk about those. All right, so what is an SAE again, Matt?
Huh?
Oh, I don't care. Just spell that shit everywhere.
Yeah. Supervised agricultural experience.
Okay, so
On the paper.
SAE. So write that down.
We're writing this down?
Write it down. There's a lot of blank spaces on the guided notes, so if you are reading a slide and there's words on the slide that aren't on your notes, write those in. Okay? So what would that be without the agriculture?
Supervised experience.
Good job, Christian.
Oh,
Okay.
So the reason that it's a supervised agricultural experience is because, remember that three-circle model that we talked about during the maze? That is Ag Ed's model for optimizing learning, and there's several components of it, and SAE is one of them. It's so students can complete tasks that they've learned in the classroom so they can go out and apply it outside the classroom, and it helps with student learning. So agricultural is definitely needed whenever you're doing an SAE. And we'll go over some of the things that are or are not an SAE. So then, if you take away the supervision, then it's really just an experience. And we have experiences every single day, but the reason that this needs to be supervised is because it's from your ag teacher, and he can put you on the right track to creating a great SAE that can eventually earn you awards, proficiencies, degrees. If you ever wanted to apply for a state office, an FFA, you need to have a state degree, so that helps with this. All right. Can you guys read that okay?
Yeah.
Let me turn off. There we go. So read it carefully. I'll give you guys a minute. Actually, Brock, will you go ahead and read that for me?
Landscape maintenance worker operate a lawnmower and powered blower. Need a person who can work without supervision. Experience required. Call 515-774.
Okay, so is this an SAE?
No.
Okay,
Just
what?
an E.
Just an E. Why?
Because
No, it's an A.
It's an
Okay.
A because
Agricultural.
oh yeah.
Well, hold on.
They're long.
Christian, why did you say E?
Well, I didn't realize that it would be an AE, but
Okay, so yes, you are working as a landscape maintenance worker, and landscape and natural resources and things like that, they are considered ag. So yes, it is an ag experience, but as you can see, it clearly says can work without supervision, so it's just an AE, not an SAE. All right, Ashley, will you go ahead and read that one?
Vet assistant needed. Mayflower Animal Hospital needs an experienced individual to work 20 hours a week. Duties include bathing animals, grooming and feeding of animals. Apply in person at 316 Walnut Street.
Who wants that job?
I do.
Okay, I was gonna say that sounds like a pretty good job to me.
Animals.
Is that an SAE?
yeah.
Because
You seem unsure.
It's an SE.
No, it's an
You think it's an SE?
Yeah.
So vet science is also part of agriculture, it can be.
I knew it.
So yes, it's an SAE. And this one would count as a placement, or it could even count as a job shadow if you're just there volunteering. Okay, and then the last one, Destiny. Read it.
Wanted, dependable person to handle over-the-counter sales in a busy garden center. Pay is $7.50 an hour. Meet parents important along with the ability to work with people. Experience in working with plants and nuts. Call blah blah blah.
Okay. Why?
Because you have to be, or you have to have the ability to work with people, which is well, kind of supervised. And then you have to have experience, which is E, and then
I'd say AE
You think it's just an AE?
because it's not supervised. Because this is
Okay, so this one, okay, so what was the first one? Was that an SAE?
that was an
Not
AE.
at all. Okay, what was the second one? It was an SAE. Okay, this one's really on the fence. So there's ways that we could make this an SAE, and we'll go through some examples later on. But yeah, this one's right on the board. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it illegal because it's below minimum wage? That's not below minimum wage.
yeah, it is, but that could be somewhere else. Like that could be
It could be
Idaho.
Texas,
it could be in
where
Idaho.
wages-
That's more than Idaho's minimum wage.
Actually, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Idaho's
I think
minimum
it's like
wage is 9.
No.
No,
Idaho's
that's Washington.
minimum
Yeah,
wage-
minimum. Idaho is not.
Okay,
It's
all
like
right,
7,
let's
that doesn't
bring
matter.
it back, guys.
That does not matter.
Let's bring it back.
Wait, why is
All right.
And waiters make less than minimum wage no matter what.
All right, so I got a question for you guys. What was the same in all three ads? Yes.
they all
There's at
have
least an
E
E.
in it.
Okay.
They all wanted help.
These guys
There
make
was
up
an
problems
AE
too
because
fast.
They
has
all
to
were,
do with
they all had the
Right.
experience.
Yes. So each advertisement wanted the person to be experienced. All right. So we already identified that there was an E at least in all three of those. So when you go and apply for a job, on the application there's always going to be a place for past experiences, and what they're asking for is usually job experiences. You can hand in things like your resume that outline a lot of different things, such as your experiences in FFA, or maybe you volunteered at a vet clinic or something like that. So, how do you get experience without first having a job? And on the flip side of that, how do you get a job without first having experience? So I've got a little short story for you guys. When I was in college, I was a freshman. My dad paid for my first year, which was really nice, and then I got really complacent and just got used to kind of depending on my dad for everything. I worked for him in the summers because we're farmers, and I drove combine for him during harvest. So by the time I got to my sophomore year, we didn't have a very good year, and my dad told me that I would either have to take out student loans or get a job. And the only job I had ever had was working for my dad. So you can imagine that when I tried to apply for a couple different places, the only experience I put on there was worked at Hoffman Farming LLC, and my employer was Alan Hoffman. And then I get called in for an interview, and they're like, well, do you have any other experience other than working for your dad? And I was like, no, I didn't get hired, okay? So, I mean, I was very fortunate to have some different jobs fall in my lap, just because I was involved with the College of Ag and Life Sciences. But it's really hard to get experience to get a job, and it's hard to get a job to get experience. So it's kind of this crazy loop. But how can you get experience? Does anybody know? Chris?
I lost it.
So what is the big idea of today?
SAE.
So that's how you can get experience without actually having a job, okay? It's like super SAE right there, right in your face. So these can allow you to do a variety of different things, such as volunteering. A lot of students do this in ag classes. My SAE was just working for my dad, which is pretty safe. I mean, it was a guaranteed job, really. So for my placement, I just did crop production, and I mean, I eventually got my state degree, American degree, but at the same time, I really wasn't getting any experience. So I think the thing about an SAE is you got to step out and challenge yourself and go explore other areas of interest. Like back in high school, I was interested in vet science, and I probably could have gone and job shadowed a veterinarian, but I never did it. So, Courtney, will you read this for me?
Yeah. SAE programs are teacher-supervised, individualized, hands-on, student-developed projects that give students real work experience in agricultural and/or agricultural-related areas.
All right, so it's kind of a mouthful, but this is the basis of what an SAE is. So it's supervised, it's individualized, you can work with partners, but ultimately it's on the student to come up with that idea. The ag teacher can certainly help to steer you in the right direction, but SAEs ultimately need to be the idea of the student. So it's also hands-on, like I said, student developed, and it's a project. So it can be an ongoing thing, and we'll learn about different kinds of SAEs that might only take a day. So, and then of course it needs to be agriculture related. All right, so experiential learning. And so John Dewey is a educational philosopher, and whenever I was in my EDCI 301 class, I was always wondering what the deal was with all these old guys and why we even care about them anymore. But so they basically set down these ideas for us to follow as far as teaching, and since I'm going into education, we all have to develop our own teaching philosophies. And so he said all genuine education comes about through experience, and that's what an SAE does. So are most of you guys in FFA?
Yeah.
Or any of you?
I
All?
am.
Okay. So would you mind sharing what you do in FFA? Like, have you competed in any career development events?
Not yet.
But you're just in it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm gonna be in it.
you're going to be in it?
Ashley's the only one who's legitimately in FFA.
Have you competed in any career development events?
I did last year.
Okay, and that was just a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, our next competition's on
Mr. Hoffman.
Tuesday next week.
I did last year, if that counts.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So what did you do?
Soils.
Okay, and so did you learn about it in class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Freshman year, at the beginning, you're kind of forced to do it.
Okay, so is that part of the intro to ag class?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got two components there. You got your classroom and you've got your FFA. So those are supplemental for each other because, yeah, he's teaching soils in class, but then you could actually go out and do a competition, which is always fun. People like competitions. They like to succeed and be better than everybody else. So I think John Dewey definitely has the right experience or right idea, because when you get out and do something with your hands or whatnot, it's way better than just sitting in a classroom and learning about it, like you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So then, just to further expand on that, Edgar Dale was another philosopher, and he taught about Dale's cone of experience, and I'll show you guys a picture in just a second, but basically what it's outlining is there's passive learning and there's active learning. So, as teachers, we try to do more active learning than passive, but what are we doing right now? What is this? Passive learning. Yeah, so this is you guys, you're reading, you're hearing, so it's auditory visual, not kinesthetic, which it just depends on what kind of learner you are. Alright, so it's worksheet time. So I'm going to hand this out to you guys. Just take about 5 minutes and really think about how you learn as an individual. So I just want you guys to rank these, 1 being the most. So this is the most how you learn, and I'm gonna fill one out too. So
Remember the ranking thing?
Yeah, we told you.
Everybody does it their own way.
And you're all backwards.
am I going against you right now?
No, they're so upset with me.
Yeah, no, you're doing it the right way. Don't worry. It really threw me off.
He's doing it backwards too.
No. Okay, like I said, number 10 is not your favorite movie. Number 1 would be.
Yeah, number 1 is how you learn, not number 10.
Yeah, but if you're saying on a scale of 1 to 10.
I didn't say on a scale. I said
Okay.
ranking is 1
He's
to 10.
doing it the same way Mr. Sawyer.
Yes.
Except
Okay.
there's only 6.
Ranking is, I definitely get that, yes, on a scale of 1 to 10, your good 10 is going to be the best, 1 is low.
I don't even
If I'm asking you to
understand what we're
rank
doing.
your favorites, 1 to 10.
One most 6
Mr.
weeks.
Sawyer, on a scale of 1 to 10, I prefer to have 1 the best because I'm a 1 out of 10.
Alright, so you're basically like, so if you learn by reading the most, put a 1 by it. If you learn by watching a demonstration the most, put a 1 by it. Then after that, 2, 3, 4, 5, not many, there are 6.
There's only 6.
Oh my
You gotta
gosh,
think about it.
It's not.
Mr. Sawyer, how do I learn?
It's not rocket science.
Because to my knowledge, I don't. So
Okay, I'm pretty sure you did a learning style inventory. You should be able to answer
Hey.
part of it.
I can't write auditory for each one of these. Like
No, so put them in order.
Thank you, Ashley.
that. Okay, I'm just gonna freeball it. Sweet. I don't learn either of those ways.
Really?
So you're here. And then best friend.
Yeah, but see, I learned that the other way, and when people are talking, I usually try and zone them out and not listen to them. So
At
I guess I don't learn that way.
What?
When we were doing that stupid auditory learning thing, I
It's already
clicked a bunch of randoms.
Yeah, we printed it yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so is everybody finished up?
Yep.
Okay. So, how many people had read as number 1?
Yeah.
Alright, so we go.
Nah.
Let me grab a whiteboard.
Actually, probably doesn't make more sense in there. It's like,
My name is
the
now.
only thing I still can see myself learning anything is after reading facts.
I had it like that, but then I realized.
Alright, so
I want to put a folder right here.
go with read. And it was 1,
Rob?
2.
Me and Rob.
Oh. Alright, so then who learns the best by hearing? Anybody? Chris? What about Kristen?
No.
Not hearing? Okay, so we got 1. Alright, so what about view images, watch video?
That's number 2 on my list.
Who's got number 1? Alright, so we got 1. And then what about watching a demonstration?
That's number 4 on that list.
Number
Same.
3.
Any
That's
number
2.
1s for demo?
That's 2 on my list.
Okay.
Well, it's number 4 on my list. And I'm the
What
one
about
that-
hands-on workshops?
Yeah. Yep.
That's number
2,
2.
3, 4.
No, see, that one didn't even make sense.
What?
It's a workshop. And you
You're
use your
doing it
hands. So that one was 4, 3, 4. Okay. And then design and perform a presentation.
That's number 3 on that list.
Alright, so
That's like number 6 on the list.
Yeah, seriously, presentations never
That
help.
turned out. I
Are you
probably
sure?
did 10 on 10.
Positive, I fall asleep during presentations.
Okay, but what if you were the one giving the presentation?
I
So probably
tend to fall asleep during presentations.
Okay,
The only thing that bugs me
So,
is not sneezing on.
you can see the spread here. So you got 2 for reading, 1 for hearing, 1 for view images. I was number 1 for demo, so that's actually a 1, not a 0. I'm gonna count myself. Then hands-on workshops was 4, and presentation was 0
How about you guys?
What would you choose?
out of
I'm guessing
Hearing.
hearing.
reading, hearing, viewing images, watching a demonstration.
I call
hands-on
hands-on number 1.
workshops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands on.
Hands-on and then hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
My hearing's last.
So
Wait, was hands-on a workshop?
hands-on workshops.
Yeah, no one learns from a workshop. Just kidding,
No, that's.
bro. Sorry.
It's alright.
I'm gonna throw things at you, Mr. Sawyer.
I have hearing for my earth.
Okay, so watching a demonstration is definitely one of my main ones.
I will. I
So,
don't even care.
hey guys, listen up, please. Alright, so in welding class at the university, there's always, it's a 3-hour class. And I know that sounds like a really long time, but there's an hour of lecture and then 2 hours of demonstration. And then you get it's usually just about an hour demonstration. Then you get that last hour to just weld yourself. So that's how I learn the best. It's just demonstrations. I like to see people actually do it. I also like to do it myself, but I always need a little bit of guidance first. So that's why I like to see the people do it first. There's 3 different types of learning styles that these correspond with. One is visual, the other is auditory, and the last one is kinesthetic. Does everybody know what kinesthetic means?
Tactile.
Tactile, okay. Chris, what do you think kinesthetic is? Alright, so it's like moving. Have you guys ever heard of like kinetic energy?
Yes.
Okay, so that's getting up, moving. It's basically what we did for the maze, but not really because I don't know if that was terribly interactive. So. But anyway, I mean, it gets you guys up moving. So PE is all kinesthetic learning, basically. Alright.
I can get a piece of candy.
Huh?
I can get a piece of candy.
You didn't get a piece of candy?
Neither did I.
Yeah, neither did
I did answer right.
Neither did I.
Nobody got? Oh. You have a piece of candy?
That's Brock's.
No, they're just kidding. Everybody got one except for Steven.
No, I literally didn't get one. I'm being serious.
Yeah, because you never got one.
I don't.
2 pieces
Okay, I'm
of
very
that.
sorry.
I don't really want one.
I was gonna say, it's just Jolly Rancher Cherry Heart candies.
Yeah,
I love them. It was what was left in the bottom of the bowl when I left agriculture education. Sorry. Alright, so basically this is Edgar Dale's cone of learning. So 50% of what we hear and see is the cutoff for this passive learning. And so it says after 2 weeks we tend to remember 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, 50% of what we hear and see, so that's just a combination, 70% of what we say, and 90% of what we say and do. So right here's the cutoff for that active and passive learning. So as you can see, active learning is going to help you guys remember information way better 2 weeks from now than anything else. And so that's where a lot of us fell. Some of us, like watching a demonstration, yeah, I'm in that 50%, but I'm probably going to remember that way better just because I'm more of a visual learner. Okay? And all the auditory, yeah, you might only remember 20% of what you hear, but you might remember it in the long run later after you hear it, and then you get to do a real experience, or you get to give a dramatic presentation. So, and yes, Brock, presentations might be boring, but it's like the leading up to. So all of the studying that you do for a presentation to give a good one, I bet you're going to remember a lot of that information later on. Such as one time I gave a presentation in high school about Bolivia, and I still remember a lot about it. Alright, so there's the educational basis for SAE, and it's stimulus response learning theory. So I've kind of drawn a connection here for you guys. So there's the stimulus. Anyway, so there's the stimulus, then the response, and then the reinforcement. So it triggers back. So I wanted to ask you guys what you thought the stimulus might be, but the stimulus is obviously teaching, okay? And then, so what do you guys think the response will be?
Learning.
What we get out of it.
Okay, those are both pretty good.
Education.
So SAE is a response. So teaching leads to learning, which ultimately leads to you going out and making an SAE, because if you have to, you're going to use the information that you learned in class to formulate what kind of an SAE you're going to do. So then, what do you think the reinforcement is? Think about that three-circle model that we talked about. So what was the last component?
Yes.
We got teaching. So SAE, and then what's the last one?
Students.
No.
A teacher.
Three-circle model, a bag ed.
Yes.
Thank you, FFA.
That.
There we go. We finally got there. So FFA programs. So you learn stuff in the classroom, you apply it to your SAE, you get to do FFA programs that probably correspond to anything you're doing with your SAE. Say you're job shadowing like a field guy for the Blues Co-op. And you go out and use sample soil. So you're going to get reinforcement from that from your FFA programs because you might compete in the soils CDE, and then your SAE also corresponds with it, and you learn about it in class. So that's 3 different times that you got to learn about it. So it's what you hear and see and do. All right. So Matt, will you go ahead and read that for me?
The Smith Hughes Act of 1917, a federal law, required all students to have directed or supervised practice in agriculture, either on a farm provided for by the school or other farm, for at least 6 months per year.
Okay, so this is a really important piece of legislature. This basically established ag ed programs in high school, and it gave it a legal basis. So this provided, well, it eventually led to funding and stuff like that. Do you have a question?
Oh, yes. Is that still today? Not like for every student, but.
So this actually, yeah, that's a really good question. This actually depends on different kinds of school districts, the ag teacher, whether or not they want to have it required. Hey, Chris.
Sorry.
I'm going to sit up. I understand it's pajama day. Alright. Do you need a piece of candy?
I do. I died for a second there.
Don't die. This is a time to learn. Darn it. Okay, so like I said, this is a really important piece of legislation just because it did establish those agricultural education classrooms, and it gave it a legal basis. So you could definitely justify it within a school district. Now, this was a really big thing back in 1917, and it still holds a lot of weight today. And it eventually led to a Perkins Act, which provides funding for agricultural education. So this was really important. All right, so Brock, will you read this for me?
Huh? Yeah. The teacher can require all students to have an SAE, just as they require all students to do homework, take tests, and work in the agricultural laboratory. It is a part of agriculture education. The SAE can even be graded.
So like I said, in Genesee we had SAEs, and they were graded, it was like 200 points. So if you didn't have an SAE, I don't know, it's just, your grade definitely suffered. Like you could have an A and it could go down to a C in no time. So teachers can require this. It's part of the classroom, and like I said, it's just like homework, so just be aware of that. Okay, so will everybody get out like a little half sheet of paper? And if you don't have one, just share it with somebody. Or does anybody have scratch paper?
There's a scratch paper box, lower left hand
Oh,
corner.
okay, cool. This one or anything?
Yeah.
Alright. So there'll be another quiz. Just take one piece of paper, cut it in half, tear it in half, whatever you gotta do. Oh boy, it's a quiz. And I will be collecting them, and I'll grade them,
That
and I'll
was terrible.
give them back tomorrow.
So not in half.
Did you even
No, I just ripped it, but it wasn't very well.
Wow, okay, so yours is so much better than mine.
What did you do? Yeah, just rip it in half, because there's going to be another pop quiz.
Like, it being like 20.
Chris,
Chris,
you ordered there?
don't forget to put your name on it too, guys.
You didn't?
And you can use your notes,
Why? Did it say it?
so it should be fairly easy.
We'll see.
Okay, never mind.
Brock, can you give me a real half sheet?
I tried! I was trying to put it in half and it didn't work.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this.
I didn't want to fold it.
You gotta fold it.
Oh, it took too long.
I didn't have to pull for it.
Yeah, no, hers ripped
You
perfectly.
could also put it like on the edge of the
So
table,
you want me to change that?
which is creasy.
Does that work?
Well, this is kind of rounded, so.
You have to rewrite the question.
No!
No, you don't.
Ooh, that's perfect.
That is perfect. If I wanted you guys to take a long time just to save my bacon, then yeah, I'd tell you to write the question.
Yeah.
What?
Pop quiz on it.
Who?
Why? Do we have to like pop quiz on it?
No, just your name. Just please don't forget to put your name.
What about if I don't have
Here.
I was actually being serious.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm having the same thing tomorrow, so
Both of you shut up.
If there is anyone.
We will be talking about SAEs tomorrow.
I know, both of my throat so far you on it, so
I will remember. I've got the name and the
I've already
face.
done that. Look at.
That's perfect.
Oh, I thought you said I've already done that.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
Okay, guys.
terrible.
Alright, come on.
What are you doing?
It's a pop quiz.
Dang it.
Are you even doing it?
Me? No. We have to
Done.
answer all those?
You do. Without talking. And without looking at Ashley's paper.
Oh, I was gonna say, how am I supposed to do it without looking at the questions? I learned that.
Okay, yeah. Just, I mean, try not to look at your neighbor's paper.
See what I do? Look at yours.
Yeah.
Are you sure
Okay.
you have a pencil?
That's fair.
Oh my god, I can't walk. It's the person.
No problem.
These all should be in your notes.
Chris, you know there's an electric section right there.
You could have told me that before I tried to do that Easiest pop quiz in the world.
I said yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you write numbers, Mike? That way I think I'm probably going away. Thank you, sir.
No.
What's the date today?
10-6.
It is the 6th of October the 6th.
I love when people ask you for directions.
Steven Tarantino.
Are you guys all super excited for
So
Haunted
you
Days?
want me to- I work on the.
That's fine. Usually, no.
It's hard to come
By the way, I only put half my name on all the worksheets.
Here we go.
You want me to still write K30 on this one?
Yes. You guys put that?
So wait, you're staying in or
Most of my time,
huh?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. We're going to Garfield. Why would you hang out
that
here?
pop
Go
quiz
to
is
Garfield.
making sure
We're
my
not going to
handwriting
Garfield.
is-
I think.
It's alright. That's why I have a PowerPoint, because my handwriting is really
I
awful.
think that's.
That's when, like during tests, I take so long to write, and then during notes,
Why
I
would you
just
spend
like
like
write.
2 minutes here chilling with your
More
family,
than
Not
and then like 2 minutes hanging out with your boyfriend? When you've hung out with your boyfriend all week, plus the weekend, which was your birthday weekend, where we already had plans,
We
and the
didn't
week before, instead of hanging out
Can you
with us.
put your name on this real quick?
Don't give me.
We didn't have plans.
You made plans.
No, I asked you, I was like, dude, do you want to do something? You're like, yeah, do something.
I said, of course,
Just
it's your
Friday.
birthday weekend. What do you think we're doing? And you said we're going to my house and doing exactly what we did last weekend.
What we're,
That was your plan. It's good.
But no, when I told you maybe, and we didn't like.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to objective 2.
What do you mean, big?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we weren't.
Oh,
doing
nice.
Nice,
I'll back up.
nice, we gotta get that picture of that one.
I don't understand the first one.
So look back through your notes.
You were without it.
You can use your notes.
Sat on. Are we supposed to take the second one right now?
Two.
No, that's the first one still. We're just waiting for Chris to finish up really quick.
Oh, come on.
Okay. So just look through your notes.
Oh, Chris? Oh, I thought it was Christian. I was like, you have your head down. Finish the test. Does your Pikachu come off, or
No.
is it just...
It's separate. It's a complete separate product.
What?
Backpack.
How can there be, like, a giant and a small Pikachu? Are you like the
If you
mama
can't get number
Pikachu?
one,
Yeah.
just move on to number two.
Oh, see.
The size is.
It's like a mama kangaroo.
Oh God! Put it back.
Carries baby oil.
Just like you can have treat them like this big and treat them like this.
Yeah.
We're together right now.
Rock's writing
Well, you
naughty
can't-
organized.
Or Christian.
My favorite.
Christian.
Come on, bro.
I didn't do it!
I'm watching you do it.
No, you're not.
I'm watching you erase it right now.
I didn't erase it. I scratched it out.
Okay, fine.
Dude, you can definitely still see what that
So
says.
super.
It definitely says losing. You can even see the bottom of the L right there.
Just like you can have trousers, Ash's trousers,
L,
which is 10 feet, but normal trousers is like
S-E-R.
500 feet.
Wonder if you can see it from
I bet that I'm taller.
the Choose clear, he said.
My,